Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration. And I'm joined by the lovely Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
And even little Joseph has come down to see us. Hello. Hello. Bless him. Now, we've come to Horsham in West Sussex because I wanted to take Julia around where I used to grow up. And I've come here particularly because I want to look at the building behind us, which is the old drill hall.
Yeah.
Which now, I've been looking at the other side of Horsham where I grew up, which has now got houses on and has been developed. Mm-hmm. This is another place that's in Horsham. I have to confess, I never used to go to the drill hall, but I would pass it coming down this way towards the causeway. You can get around to the causeway and St Mary's Church and stuff. And I knew kids that would go to the drill hall. It's a community space.
Rather large one, I hear.
A very large one. And the council want to knock it down and put in flats. So it's another part of our heritage that's being chipped away.
More flats.
More flats, more development.
Quite a few flats here.
Yeah. So now we know that people do need to have somewhere to live, and we know that the councils are all sort of strapped to try and find places. But when it's a piece of heritage, is that right? We're going to have a wander around and just have a look at the building from the outside because we can't, alas, go in.
No.
You ready for it?
Apparently it's really large in there. Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Do this.
So we're just down from East Street in Horsham, sort of going southwards, and you've got the drill hall here on our left, and it's quite a substantial building.
It is.
Built in 1926-27.
It certainly has a slight military feel about it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And it's actually on the Horsham District's Heritage Trail, and here it is. It's got this plaque, which is a bit ironic because they now want to knock it down, and yet it's on the Heritage Trail, so that's a bit weird. It used to be a drill hall for the Royal Sussex Regiment, and other regiments have been here over the years. And when it was built independent of the council. It was by the community. The community raised the money, and it served both the military use and also the general community use.
I suppose because of the military use, that's why it's so large inside. So
Yeah.
they could get all their...
It's got a sprung
Sort of
dance hall on the inside, which is very nice. And in fact, as we record this, there is a dance event going on the inside.
I spied some very fancy costumes through a window. I was like, oh!
Now, if anyone's seen my video where I went around, I think I called it the spooky graveyard. That is actually, if I just walk down here, immediately next door. And you've got some beautiful old buildings that goes down the rest of Duke's Road. So it blends well in as you start to get up into the more historic Horsham. But this whole area used to be owned by the MOD, and there was a nuclear bunker here during the Cold War. Let's go up to the other side. We'll go round the back and have a look, because there's a firing range that's still used as a firing range. There is the quartermaster's quarters, where they used to keep the stuff that they used to use. And I think there's a connection here with the Battle of Britain as well. Now, I have to say, I don't know too much about the building.
No, I've read a little bit about the area and what's going on and what was here. For example, this was the quartermaster's storage, basically. Behind that was a wooden shed. Then there was the nuclear bunker there somewhere. There was a Nissan hut down here as well somewhere.
Oh yes, that's right. Nissan as opposed to Nissan.
Yeah.
They're not churning out cars at the moment. So the whole area has a huge military history and connection to the town, which is one of those important things that once you knock down that last vestige of the building, you've really destroyed that area. So much of Horsham that's happened. Where I lived, I used to go into Broadbridge Heath, and the old barracks there, when I used to go to Horsham Young Players and Theatre 48, was a bomb disposal unit. Now, I just thought it was an army barracks, but I only found out that it was a bomb disposal unit about 3 or 4 years ago. And we have this connection to our not so distant heritage, and it would be a shame to just knock it down and turn it into more flats.
It becomes a very sterile environment, doesn't it?
There's a lovely sign here that we just stopped by. So although this is a new sign, it's very much in old style.
That's right, yeah.
And it points out all of the various things. So you've got
the cadet building there to the right of us.
So the cadets, and they still come in and they're doing
still,
all their
still the cadet corps.
Yeah.
And then it points the town centre that way, and the drill hall directly there next to it.
Yeah.
Quartermaster studios there.
That way. And down here, let me show you this. If we come down here, this building is the old rifle range. Now you can't really see very much, and it still is a rifle range through there. I'm just going to reverse up a little bit. It's quite a long building, as you would imagine a rifle range would have to be. So people come down there and they learn how to use rifles, and do all that sort of practice. So that's quite nice. I know that there's a chap who was part of the family who lived here in the building when it was a drill hall. When it was a drill hall, before it stopped being a drill hall. Let's just go back down towards the front, because it's the front that really looks the best.
Fancy costumes.
I mean, you can see the dances through the windows. Yeah. So you would imagine that there would be a lot of interest about a building like this to be closed down, and of course you'd be right. Let's go back over here so we get to see the whole building again behind us. There is a group now who are setting themselves up to try and protest and save the building. I think the council has effectively said you've got about 2 years to come up with another solution to save the building. So it's down to local people and
local impetus
to get things going
and action.
And action, which I mean, at least the council are listening.
Yeah.
So they say, and it's giving them a chance to do something with it, and I think that's very good. And I think I might have to drop back and see what is going on, because it's only a 93 years old building, and of course there's a lot more older buildings that one wants to save, but I think it's just important that you can't let councils run roughshod.
No, I mean it
makes
no sense to me to take away such a large community hub from the community and take it 3 miles out.
Because as soon as you take the community hub out of the town centre, what have the town got other than just flats?
Flats and flats and flats.
And flats. And it's been used historically for things like jumble sales and bring and buy sales and all sorts of weddings, dances.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand if it was sat there empty.
Yes,
or
but it's
mostly
being
empty,
used.
but it is being used quite busily. I mean, the ballroom dancers in there have come from all over the county.
Right. So anyway, if you are one of those people that know more about this than we do, and you can hear that we're fairly ignorant about it, but we're passionate about things not just being destroyed for the sake of it, then do get in touch and leave a comment. It would be lovely to hear more. And if you could come on and tell us a bit of the history, then that would be fantastic.
Yes, please do.
So very interested in places that are likely to go, because our heritage is being eroded away.
It's at stake, guys. Let's do something.
So don't forget to follow, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And Julia and I will go out on another investigation fairly soon. Till that time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hope you're enjoying this video. Why not help me make more and become a patron? A small donation really makes all the difference and keeps me out and about producing these magnificent presentations. So go to boldexplorer.com and become a patron today.